Hey guys, Mr. B here. Ready to show off the collection. This can be a one part of possibly a 5-part video. I'm going to do one wall at a time. This is the west wall. As you can see, we got some sealed carded figures along the sides and the top. We are mostly an open box collector, but we do have some choice pieces that are sealed, which we can go over later on. Starting with the top shelf, I got my Tatooine escape pod display. A friend of mine printed that up for me. Came out great. I did the painting. Same person did the accolade for me. I just wish that they were articulated. That would have been great. Nexu. I did a little custom painting on Padme here to give her that ripped shirt look. Got Anakin with the reek. Little Hoth display. I almost bought a second Tauntaun. I wanted to do the open belly version, but the person selling it was asking almost twice as much as the whole set, and it was just the Tauntaun, so I just said I passed. Down on the Rebel shelf, I got my Cloud City, Luke trying to rescue Han and Leia and Chewbacca. I gotta get a better column to show that it's Cloud City a little better than the one I've got now. Got my Force Ghost Yoda and Obi-Wan. In the back, I got my little Endor display. Like them Rebel soldiers. Glad they finally did that. Would have been nice if you could have swapped those faces with the Hoth ones. That would have been awesome. Over here, I got another Cloud City display where they just broke loose from the stormtroopers. Custom Lobot. Got my sequel. X-Wing pilot, Poe. I don't know that guy's name. I always forget it. Down here I got the cast from the sequels. Wedge and Luke with Wedge's R2 unit. Leia with her Ewok friends. That's my custom Chief Chirpa. I really hope they make one because that thing's scary looking. Got my Hoth Rebel soldiers, my custom painted Hoth Protocol droid. You see, that would have been cool if you could have done this many faces with the Endor Rebel soldiers. I mean, what did we have? Like 5-6 different variations that we could have made. Down here, I got my little Dagobah display. Luke trying to raise his X-Wing. I got the ladies of the sequel back here. Empire Strikes Back scene where they're stuck in that asteroid moon worm's stomach, trying to get the Falcon up and running. My Rebel soldiers, did a couple of head swaps there. My TC-14, I believe. Custom Captain Antilles. This Leia is with the Bandai R2, which I got in a set with an R5 unit. I love this because it was originally to scale. Now that Hasbro is doing that now, that's great. I love that. Got my Qui-Gon, Jar Jar, Padawan, Obi-Wan, and my custom young Anakin. Thing that's funny is that their body is exactly like the one that I made, except for I don't have the necklace, and their head sculpt is 10 times better than what I did. But yeah, I made him a good couple years ago. Got my General Lando and Akbar back there. My escape from the garbage, escape from the Death Star scene, I guess. Luke and C-3PO land speeder. Down on the Imperial shelf, got my speeder bike display. I've always liked that. A couple of Solo and sequel figures in the back. Some Hoth Snow Troopers. That's a TVC eWeb cannon, which works for now. David C's printed me up some. Can't wait for that. Actually, David C printed up the walls on this display. Got my Mud Troopers from Solo. Some First Order TIE Fighter bomber pilots. I did a head swap with that Veers to put on the black, the Wasp head sculpt. Figured the Imperial needed some females. I guess this is my TIE bomber pilot and bombardier. Phasma, First Order Trooper. I threw a pauldron on that. That's those stormtroopers from the Solo show with the magnetized shoes. I like the fur collars on those. It's pretty cool. This is one of my first customs. Garridan. Some sand troopers. That's my repaint Shadow Trooper. Hux and the First Order officer. This is a display of Piet showing Tarkin, a hologram of the Death Star, and what the gunners will be looking like. I got my Veers down there, some troopers in the back. I got some Death Star troopers back here with a couple of head swaps. I had to make this fin because I could not find one when they were first released, so I just did a head swap and painted the helmet. Does it for me. Couple Executioner troopers. This scene here, my second granddaughter and I, we just laugh our heads off every time. I don't know what it is, but we just laugh our heads off every time we see that. So I had to make a display for her. My Imperial droids. Finn's friend when he yells traitor. My display of when Darth Vader takes down Obi-Wan Kenobi. Some First Order snow troopers back there. And this is my Jump Trooper display. This speeder bike was actually a toy. The figure was a little small, but the bike works. I just repainted it, put a First Order Trooper on it and a Jump Trooper behind it. Not one of my favorite scenes, but the speeder bike's cool looking. Down here, we got bounty hunters, scum, villainy, smugglers, pirates, and young Boba. That custom I made about, I don't know, year and a half. It's been a while since I got deep into making customs like that. This is my Jabba the Hutt display that I made. All done out of styrofoam. Pretty proud of this. Could have been a little bit bigger, but I wouldn't have the room for it. This size is pushing it. These are some custom repaints that I did. Jabba's Protocol Droid and his little barkeeper. I put a real chain on Chewie there because the plastic one was lame. Same thing with Leia. Got some custom pieces from David C. My custom Moolah, which I made one for Papa Gord and David. I still need the rotisserie in the back. That's my Jabba display. Over here I got my Jawa display with some 3D printed pieces. The Sandcrawler I got from Dino Geek Strong. Thank you, my friend. Greatly appreciate that. He hooked me up with that. I was able to acquire that through Full Moon. Shout out to Val. That is a printed R1 and a 4-legged Gonk droid that David C. made me. That is the other half of that Bandai model kit, R5 and R2. I was going to put the decals on it, but seeing now that Hasbro's coming out with one, I think I'm going to either leave it or I'm going to paint those red parts blue and just make it another R5 droid. That's one of the metallic droids that Disney put out. A friend of mine hooked me up with that. This mech droid I made with all scrap pieces. The head I carved out of a piece of plastic. And that was probably my very first custom piece. And then this one. I don't know what that's called, but yeah, it was easy. Over here, got my Luke lightsaber. Grogu. Hi, Grogu. To the helmet. Scout Trooper helmet. That's a cool helmet. I like that. Mandalorian. 332nd. I want to find somebody that can print me a visor for this. So this way I can turn into Captain Vaughn. I already have a regular white P2 helmet, so Captain Vaughn would be cool. This helmet, I have to thank Rebels, Reptile, and Games. I won a raffle that he did that I didn't even know he was having. Found out the next day that I had won. It's one of my favorite helmets. Thank you, Ed. This is one of my first helmets, Shadow Trooper. Book of Boba Fett. One of my favorite bounty hunters. This display, I call it the Sith Hunt. I just had a bunch of Sith troopers and I didn't know what to do with it. So I made that background. And it's almost like the Emperor sending them on a competition hunt. This is my Mudhorn display, 3D printed. This is one of my favorite displays that I got. But yeah, that's the West Wall. Hope you guys liked it. I look forward to making other videos for you guys. And yeah, anything that I missed, just leave a comment and I'll make sure I put it in the next video. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend. Bye.